You are listening to Motivational Radio France with your host, Lonjagoha in Paris.
The ultimate thing to defeat in this world is all about fear. Because that is what really separates people. In fact, those who are ready to fight fear, or those who are ready to act in spite of fear. Because I always believe that whatever you get in life is a sum total of your actions. Alright? And for me, if you are ready to fight fear or ready to act in spite of fears, because we all have fears, apprehensions. So your capacity to act in spite of those unknown quantities, that is what makes you successful, I guess.
Yeah, it's great. I'm sure you and many of your listeners will know the book from the lady called Susan Jeffers.
That's right, I have it here.
Yeah, it's great. Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
And it's great because what she hit upon there with her book was the idea that yes, it is part and parcel of our human DNA, our human construct, to have fear. And it's great though, because fear, the other side of the fear, is a real you trying to come out.
That's right.
But, what comes first, the chicken and the egg? If you stay in your comfort zone, you know no fear, because you're comfortable. You've done it before. Mm-hmm. But every time you go into a new area, you expand your boundaries, of course you have fear. And often a lot of fear is, can I do what I know I'm capable of doing? Every athlete that goes to the line at the Olympic Games, they have fear.
That's right.
They know how good they've been, but is it going to happen today? But you know what? And even now at 54, I can win races today at 54. Mm-hmm. All I need to do is to go to the local high school, get up, parade all the 11-year-olds, and say, okay, guys and girls, 100 meters, let's have a race. Go. What sort of challenge is that? And yet often in life, because of fear, metaphorically, that's what people do. They go down to the lowest common denominator and look for a whole row of 10 or 11-year-olds, and they go and have a race. But actually, no, I want to compete against my peers. In fact, no, I want to grasp and climb right to the top of Mount Vesuvius and breathe the air that is fresh and clean. I want to go places that other people have never been before. Mm-hmm. In fact, I want to have my own indelible ink print on this world. It's me. I'm born today. I'm gone tomorrow. There's no other. No one else will cover this footprint that I've got to live and breathe and have my being. I want to live to its fullness. And I want to know that when I shuffle off this mortal coil, I do so used up, battered, no more left. I want the carcass to be finished. Nada. Fini. Nix. Gone.
Yeah.
I want my gift to be in the world. And I want that dream to be lived on with all the people that they won't even know who Akabusi was. And yet a part of me will be in them.
That's right. That's right. So the need to leave a legacy behind is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. When I'm asked to define what success is, I define success as the life you lead, the lessons you learn, and the legacy you leave.
Very
the life you lead, the lessons you learn, and the legacy you leave. And trust me, you leave a legacy by default or design.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, the world is left a legacy by you. Now, what I do understand is that just like when you throw a stone in the water, mm-hmm. You throw a stone in the water, it makes a little plop, a little ripple effect, and it gets back in and it's gone. So I've got a very short ripple effect, and then I'm gone. But that wave ripples on out towards the ocean. So my children, the people that I've worked with, my colleagues, my customers, my collaborators, if you lived life well, will take positivity with you. And if you lived it bad, they'll take negativity from you.
That's wonderful. That's it. So your capacity to fight fear, or your capacity to act in spite of your fears,
vitally important.
That's it.
Vitally important. Nothing great happens without being able to face your fears. Doesn't matter. Einstein had fears. Van Gogh had fears. Gosh, I'm just trying to think of his name now. Oh, gosh, the guy who did Microsoft chap, Bill Gates had fears.
All right.
Apple chap had. Anybody creates anything great, of course you have fears. Life is about risk. It's about living on the edge. It's about trying things different, being you. Of course you've got fears. You wouldn't be a bright, articulate, sentient being without knowing I can lose everything in this moment. And that's artist, poet, philosopher.
That's right, yeah.
He came to the UK and he had a friend called Christopher Logue, and he was talking about his art and he wanted to exhibit his art and stuff, and I was a little bit worried. Christopher said, don't worry, Christopher Logue said, don't worry, I'll be there with you. And they set up a show, and Christopher Logue wrote these words for Gilliam Apollinaire. As about to go into the entrance hall, he was a little bit worried, and Christopher Logue pushed him in there. On the back of these were the words, this was the poem he came up with. Come to the edge, he said, we might fall. Come to the edge, he said, but it's too far. Come to the edge, he said. He came, he pushed, and he flew. And that was his poetic way of saying, you know what, my friend, there are moments in life when you've got to face your fear. There are moments in life when you've got to come to the metaphorical edge. There are moments in life when you face the words, do or die. There is no try. But when you do, when you come to the edge, and in that moment of darkness, you find that stepping over that threshold, you actually fly.
Wow, so profound, so profound. That's wonderful. It's thought-provoking here. It's all about empowering people, telling them that it's possible. Possibility, because I don't believe in impossible things. I mean, there are things that are really impossible. They're like flying, just on your own. Okay, those are impossible things. But then, when you come to real earth here, it's possible. You have a dream and accomplish your dream.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think what you're saying there quite clearly. We cannot defy the laws of physics.
That's right.
The laws of
exactly
gravity. There's some immutable laws. Of course, we can't defy.
No.
We can't defy those. But you are absolutely correct. There's nothing that you can't conceive, you can't achieve.
That's right.
There's nothing plausible. Take into account that you don't defy the natural laws of physics. You can achieve anything because you haven't got to achieve it on your own. You've got to just articulate the dream so passionately that those people who've got the missing links can find you and put it together and be the team that makes it work.
Now, listen, let's go into how is it possible, because we've been talking about all that, okay? And listeners will be thinking, oh, come on, these guys are so special, they are so lucky and all that. Do you believe in this thing called luck?
Do you want to believe in this thing called luck? Look, there's a guy called Gary Player. He was a golfing pro. And people said to him he was very lucky. He chipped in. He's a golf player. He chipped in from the 18th green. Oh, you're so lucky. And he said these words: the harder I train, the luckier I get.
Indeed.
So yeah, there is such thing called luck. Of course, there's such a thing called luck. But you know what? The more you work at it, the more chances your luck comes up. I'm in love with my life. I've had a phenomenal life, but I've had a lucky life. I was born in 1958 of Nigerian parents. What was traditional those days? They came to the UK to study. They went back to Nigeria when I was 4 and left me in the UK. Now, you and I, we remember the Biafran War was a war that happened in the eastern side of Nigeria where we come from. And because of the war, the money that was being used to bring me up stopped coming. And I found myself in the children's home. So I lived 10 years of my life as an orphan. Now, was I lucky to be orphaned at the age of 4.5? I don't know.
No.
Was I lucky to join the army? I don't know. Was I lucky to meet Sergeant E. Mackenzie? I don't know. Was I lucky to start to be an athlete? I don't know. Was I lucky to leave athletics and become the world champion and go into I don't know. But what I do know is the more engaged I got with my passion, the luckier I've become.
Okay. So it's all about being engaged, being here at present, and enjoy or embrace your life with all your heart.
Yeah, you just said something. Another very, very important word that makes the dream work when the team works. You said being present.
That's right.
Now, I'll tell you what, that's a massive word. Many people are sleepwalking while their life passes by.
Wow. Now, let me cut you here. A friend of mine once said that many people are already on...
You are listening to Motivational Radio France with your host, Longier in Paris.